Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everyone. I would like to thank everyone for attending and spending time to be in this forum today. Also, not to forget all of our lovely panels that we have here with us. So, our forum's topic today will be discussing about workplace etiquette among employee and employer. Before we start our discussion, I think it is better that we ask our panel to tell us more about themselves. But a little sneak peek of our panel, we have Miss Hannah, which is an image consultant specialist. The second panel that we have today is Miss Najihah, who is a HR administrative expert, and our last panelist, Mr. Nafizi, who is an industrial organizational psychologist. Therefore, starting from Miss Hannah first, can you share with everyone here about your job and what is the significance that you contribute to the hiring industry?
Okay, first of all, thank you for inviting me to this forum. Hello everyone, my name is Hannah. My profession is an image consultant specialist where I help to improve my clients' personal and professional image. Currently, I am working at an image consultancy firm which involves engaging with corporate clients through professional brand coaching and projects. I am glad to be part of this forum and to share the knowledge about personal image.
Hello everyone. My name is Najihah and I'm working as a human resources administrator that manage the human resources department of an organization. So I am responsible for performance and training, labor relation, administrating employment benefits, and also organization development. So I'm so glad to be here and thank you so much for inviting me.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me today. My name is Muhamad Nafizi bin Ghani. I'm working as an industrial and organizational psychologist where my job is focusing on the behavior of employees in the workplace and to enhance overall work environment including performance, communication, personal satisfaction and safety.
Wow, such a great experience and portfolio of panels we have here with us today. I'm already excited to hear more from their sharing today. So let's not waste our time anymore. We shall start with the first question to our first panel, Miss Hannah. So, I used to hear the term personal appearance and hygiene in the workplace, but I wasn't sure what it means. Could Miss Hannah share with us regarding what personal appearance and hygiene really means?
Okay, thank you to our lovely moderator. How we want people to perceive us is associated with how we present ourselves. Personal appearance is the outward appearance. It is how we show and present ourselves to others, and also how others see and perceive us. It involves the outfits we wear to work, accessories, and our hygiene. In the workplace, appearance is an essential element as it reflects our professionalism as well as our preparedness in facing the work that day. Our personal appearance builds our image, thus, having a good personal appearance will create a nice image and make a strong and positive first impression. Therefore, presenting yourself in your best appearance every day at work also make people at ease to interact and work alongside us. In addition, appearance plays a huge role in the workplace setting, not only in how our colleagues, management or clients view us, but also how we view and value ourselves. When we take time to look good, we also feel better and feel more prepared and ultimately become more motivated and productive. Finally, professional appearance, proper grooming and good hygiene are important aspects to gain respect in the workplace. If you dress well, it shows how much you value yourself and your work. Hence, people look up to you and treat you accordingly.
I see. A huge thanks to Miss Hannah for such a detailed explanation about personal appearance and hygiene. Now, we can all see that maintaining a proper personal appearance and hygiene do play an important role whether you are an employee or an employer. Next, we will be moving on to Miss Najihah. So, Miss Najihah, have you ever heard the term behavior and manner in the workplace before? If you have heard it before, could you explain to all of us what it means by behavior and manners in the workplace?
Okay, thank you to our moderator. So, behavior and manners are very important to make a good impression in the workplace. It's create a professional, mutual respect for the spirit and also improve communication. Manners is also considered as the key factor to someone's behavior. So, by behaving in a polite and manner way, would give people a good impression, and people would likely respect us instead of looking at us in a different way. So, basically, good manner are simply respect and consideration for others or being aware of the needs of the others, offering to help work colleague when they need to finish early or are struggling with a task. Even the word thank you would make people respect you uh, as a well-mannered person. So you can leave lasting impression on your coworkers and client when you know how to present the best version of yourself.
I see. What a very good explanation we have from Miss Najihah. In my opinion, I think it is very important to maintain a very good behavior and manner, especially when your work field involves social interaction, in which most of the time we will be communicating with other human beings. Now, let's move on to our last panel, which is Mr. Nafizi. Here is the question. Can you tell us in detail what it means by body language and language? Maybe in terms of how we differentiate between these two.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Vina. Body language is a type of communication in which physical behaviors are used to express or convey the information. For instance, facial expression, body posture, gesture, eye movement, touch, and the use of space. Although body language is an important part of communication, most of it happens without conscious awareness. Body language is based on individual interpretation corresponding with a certain movement. Interpretation may vary from country to country or culture to culture. Body language complements verbal communication in social interaction. In fact, some researchers conclude that non-verbal communication is largely involved in transmitting the information during interpersonal interaction. It helps to establish the relationship between two people and regulates interaction, yet it can be ambiguous. Meanwhile, the verbal communication is a type of oral communication where the message is transmitted through the spoken words. Here, the sender gives words to his feelings, thoughts, ideas, and opinions and expresses them in the form of speeches, discussion, presentation, and conversation. The effectiveness of verbal communication depends on the tone of the speaker, clarity of speech, volume, speed, body language, and the quality of words used in the conversation. The sender should always cross-check with the receiver to ensure that the message is understood in absolutely the same way as it was intended. This is important because sometimes the words are not sufficient to express the feelings and emotion of a person.
Wow, I think most of the people who had started working might have looked lowly on the importance of maintaining a good body language and language skills. In my opinion, if employees manage to acquire these skills, it will give them so much benefit in the future. Also, to the fact that their co-worker will especially be comfortable with them during the working hours together. Now, we're back to our first panel, which is Miss Hana. I am sure that I am not the only one who is eager to know some of the examples about personal appearance that we must take care of, especially those tiny little details that most of us forgot or did not know about.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Moderator. So for this question, I will answer in two parts. First, the do's and don'ts for men in workplace, and second, the do's and don'ts for women in workplace. First of all, in order to look neat and professional, Men should invest and wear a two-piece matching suit in conservative colors, which include navy and dark grey. Next, in a professional setting, long sleeve shirts in white and light blue or conservative patterns are preferred. Also, keep in mind to iron the outfit first before wearing them. In addition, wear leather shoes with laces or slip-on leather shoes, as these are the standards of professional footwear. Afterwards, it is advisable to tuck in your shirt. So, if you are wearing a belt, make sure to match your belt with the color of your shoes, as your belt will be visible to others. Following that, men are not recommended to wear character ties with symbols and pictures, as it portrays eccentricity, which is the opposite of professional attire. It is better to stick with plain ties. Next, wearing tight pants should also be avoided as it seems improper. Moving forward, in women's wear, invest and wear a two-piece matching blazer and skirt suit in conservative colors, which include navy, dark grey, grey or black. The suit should not be too snug but nicely fitted. For those who are concerned about the cost, you can get this piece at thrift stores or pre-loved stores, which you can get at affordable prices and certainly with great quality. Furthermore, ensure your skirt color matches your blazer and its length covers till your knees when you sit down. Next, wear leather pump shoes, which are medium height heel, which is about 1 to 2 inches. Avoid flat shoes, platform boots, stiletto or pumps. In addition, it is encouraged to wear light makeup, as it will make your appearance more lively and attractive. Afterwards, avoid wearing sequin skirts and large jewelry pieces, as work is not a place to show off your fancy belongings. Besides, it is not advised to use fancy and flashy handbags or jewelry, as it will appear overdone and extravagant. Also, do not use tote bags, as it is casual. Instead, opt for conservative colors of plain handbags or shoulder bags that are proper for formal appearance. This option for handbags or shoulder bags also applies to men. I think I have covered enough of the do's and don'ts in personal appearance. Now I will pass it to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Miss Hannah. What a good example we get from Miss Hannah. I have to admit, there are some examples that Miss Hannah give that I sometimes did it unconsciously. So from now on, I need to pay extra attention to personal appearance and hygiene. I hope everyone here will also pay attention to the example that Miss Hannah has given, and we can all try to change. Moving to our next panel with the second question, Miss Najihah. Can you give us a more specific example and things that most of the employees overlook which involve non-verbal communication? And maybe Ms. Najihah can also share how we can tackle these issues that involve non-verbal communication in the workplace.
Okay, thank you for the question. So before we go into detail, what is non-verbal communication? So non-verbal communication refers to the ways in which being convey information about the emotions, needs, intention, attitude, and thoughts without the use of verbal language. This can include communication using hand gestures, eye contact, body language, appearance, facial expression, and tone of the voice. It is play a significant role in our life, as it can improve a person's ability to relate, engage, establish meaningful interaction in everyday life. So, a better understanding to this type of communication may lead people to develop stronger relationship with others. Okay, so nonverbal communication also can take place in many workplace situations, including during meetings, interviews, or casual conversation. It is important to know how to communicate with colleagues, supervisor, and interviewers using gesture, tone of voice, or other nonverbal cue to make your message more effective. For example, keeping your eyes on the person you are speaking with rather than on your computer or paperwork, let them know you are listening to their input, and it shows that you are actively listening by maintaining eye contact and moving in agreement. It also can help you boost confidence when talking with supervisor or express empathy when listening to a coworker. So I hope I answered the question.
Okay, now I really understand what it means by nonverbal communication and some of the examples that we can refer to. I think it is hard to be able to master nonverbal communication skills without having first-hand experience. But nonetheless, there is always a way for us to learn more and grow into a better employee every day. Finally, we have come to our last question that will be given to our last panel, Mr. Nafizi. So as you can hear from before, some of the panel mentioned about verbal communication frequently. So Mr. Nafizi, can you give us some examples of verbal communication that frequently will be involved in the workplace? You might also touch about ways to create effective communication in the workplace.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Wina. There are several ways to create effective communication in the workplace. I'll be sharing some tips and techniques that can be used in our daily life too. So, number one is to think before you speak. When you answer a question, it is good to pause before answering. When you have time to think before speaking, people will believe that you are thoughtful about the question, and to improve the conversation, make sure you allow your counterpart to finish their thoughts before replying. This will demonstrate professionalism and show that you are interested in what they say without interrupting them. Number two is active listening. Active listening is when you attend to the message that is being said. In a conversation, it's easy for the listener to think about what they will say next rather than listening and understanding what the speaker is saying. By really listening, you can provide a thoughtful answer that considers what the speaker was talking about. This will show that you are paying attention. If the person doesn't know how they feel about a topic, ask them some question to get their opinion. This will show that you are paying attention to them and their opinions. Number three is speak with confidence. If you want your friends to trust you and listen, then speak in a confident voice. You should also make sure that it sounds like you are optimistic about what you are saying, or else people will think that what you say is not valid. If your voice is shaking or trembling, then it sounds like you don't know if what you are saying is true. If people think that there's chance, I suppose you might be wrong, then they are not going to listen. And lastly, number four is to apply body language correctly. Body language can affect the effectiveness of a message even if it's not verbally expressed. One fundamental way to convey confident body language is by maintaining eye contact and proper posture. Other methods include using gesture or facial expression to emphasize points and grab the attention of your audience. But be careful not to use many gestures. This might become distracting. That's all from me. Thank you, Ms. Mina.
I couldn't agree more with what Mr. Nafizi just shared with us just now, because it is so true and relates to what we went through during our working time. I believe the tips that Mr. Nafizi has shared with us will be so beneficial. Therefore, all that we need to do is try to apply it when we are working. I am also very sure that everyone that had attended our forum for today had gained so many tips and information. It is sad to tell you that we have actually come to the end of our forum for today. If I may sum up things that we have heard from today's forum, I can say that maintaining a good professional workplace etiquette is very, very important. I mean, for both those who are working for someone else and those who someone works for them. Either you are the boss or not, this is important. This is because it creates a professional, mutually respectful, and also improves communication, which helps the workplace serves as a productive place. And lastly, thanks to our thanks to all our panel for willingly to share your knowledge and experience here with us. I pray that we will meet each other again on our next forum. And I also hope everyone will always feel healthy and happy. Have a nice day and goodbye. Thank you.